Not only do they respect each other, I do really think they like each other, but I also see them competing hard against each other. So the one-on-one matchup that we wanted to see, I mean, these two players, these two gentlemen, I really do think, like, they going at it, but they going at it from a basketball standpoint. Yeah. I don't see any dirtiness. I don't see any chippiness, but I do see heavy competition between the two.
Well, they've worked out together in the past. They have Nike connections, obviously, as well. By the way, I was just told LeBron James is not going to go to the podium, which continues what he did yesterday during practice, which is an odd thing for a superstar player because it forces the media into a scrum situation. Generally speaking, it's uncomfortable for everyone involved, which is why they have the podium set up.
Well, it's uncomfortable if he decides to take his pants off as he did his shirt. That would have been a little more uncomfortable.
Let's listen in.
Deficit kind of a situation for you guys.
Trying to see what happened. We had a couple turnovers. We had a couple miscues defensively, and they made us pay for it.
LeBron, you came in tonight wanting to play better. With the result being what it is, do you now have to play different? Do the Cavs have to change?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to kind of get into what we need to do better right now. The game is too fresh, but so, we're gonna go home and watch the film, see ways we can be better, do things. I don't want to say differently because you work so hard to get to this point, but. Maybe make a couple changes to see if we can, be a lot better defensively and offensively. So for the most part, with the game plan that we had, we tried to execute it as close as possible. We was much more physical today than we was, in game one. And we forced them to 20 turnovers, and they still, beat us pretty good. So, we got to be much better too.
Is there anything that you saw out there tonight that makes you feel, I don't know if good's the right word right now, but just makes you feel like you see a path?
I always feel good. Why not?
You let yourself get past the last year, like game 2 lost last year before.
Nah, I'm not a past guy too much. I'm more of a present guy, so we just got to figure out how we can be better in game 3.
Is it hard not to get demoralized though when you play so much better than you played in game 1, and aside from the 3-point shooting, you played really well?
No, we did. Well, I mean, got a little out of control towards the end, so we're not worried about that. But we made runs. We cut it to 4 at one point, and then they went on a quick, I don't know, it was a 9-0 run or 12-0 run. What they do, that's what Golden State do. If you make a mistake, like I said, we had a turnover. It came from me, and then we had a miscue, and the floods opened again. I just thought we was more physical at the point of attack. Not as much freedom of movement at the point of attack. So allowed us to get our hand. We was more active too with our hands. We tend to kind of pride ourselves on deflections, and we didn't do that in game 1. I think we did a better job of that in game 2.
You obviously know the Warriors well enough to play the last 3 years in the championship rounds. Do you feel like you guys have a sense of the Ramp Warriors, like all the wrinkles?
They're a different team. You guys asked me what was the difference, and I told you, so they're a different team.
LeBron, you just feel this is a case where you guys need to defend home court at this point?
Well, I mean, are you a smart guy?
I think so.
You think so, right? So if we don't defend home court, what happens?
But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
I'm asking you.
Well, yeah, then you guys are looking at getting swept.
All right. So the answer to your question.
LeBron, did you get any? Are you going to need? Did you get any, or will you need any ID?
Nah, I'm good. Just need some food and some wine. I'll be all right.
Hey, LeBron, usually you're a podium guy. I mean, in the finals especially, just coming and doing this in the locker room, there's a reason for that?
Yeah, there's a reason.
You want to share?
No.
Like Kyrie's having a rough night.
It has nothing to do with wins and losses, though.
Kyrie's having a rough night. Like, is there anything you can tell him to encourage him?
Of course. Yeah, and I just told him, just continue to be patient. Game will come to you. And just keep asserting yourself, and we got to figure out a way to get him going early. He's been such a big piece of our success the last 3 years, obviously. So, we could do a better job of trying to get him going early. And he missed some chippies, some ones that he's so accustomed to making. But we'll do a better job of that in game 3 as well.
How can going home alter your outlook, your optimism?
For me, I feel much better on the road. So. You go home, and people tend to get more comfortable. you know, in your own bed and in your own facilities and things of that nature. So, and for me, it doesn't change. I'm the same way on the road or at home. I still have this bunker mentality when it comes to playing ball. So, you know, we look forward to it. Our fans are looking forward to it. We know that. So, you know, we got to give them something to cheer for. I think it will. Right now it means nothing, but it will. It will mean something. You know, he's one of the greatest to play this game. Right now, you know, individuality for me means absolutely nothing when it comes to this team sport. But when I'm done, I'll probably look back on it and say it was a cool feat. Thank you.
Two more.
Brown, are they trying to take Crystal away, and what can you do to get him jumped?
Yeah, they've been out there talking a lot about just trying to keep a body on him, a couple bodies on him, but, you know, he's a big piece to our success, and they know that. So they've neutralized that in the first 2 games.
One last question.
Over the next 48 hours, what is your process going to be like as far as trying to find a way to make adjustments, figure out a way to beat that team? How about that process?
What do you mean?
Like, last year you're kind of in this position too. You sort of figure out
That's a Coach Lou question. That's not my question. Sorry, I can't answer that.
So what?
That's a Coach Lou question. You asked me what our practice is going to be like. I don't put the game plan together. I'm sorry.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
All right, LeBron James there in the locker room, and can't emphasize enough how unusual that is after a finals game for a star player, certainly one of his status, to do that in the locker room in a scrum situation with people scrambling to get microphones in his face. It's odd.
I mean, he's going to say
I
the same
remember
thing.
that's how it used to be.
No question.
It did. But you remember, and I remember as the reporter, how uncomfortable it is for everybody to jam in there. You got
Oh, it's
the arm
uncomfortable for
sticking in.
reporters.
Oh, of course, yeah, it is.
But Matt, he
It's-
has to do so much.
I understand.
I mean, I don't mind that. Like, let him get his treatment, get and it's not like he recovery, didn't talk. Get a glass of wine and get ready for
It's
next week.
food and wine, he said.
Because he has to do so much, and it is a little unusual in this day and age, but
But I also think that, and what I love about the athletes of this generation is that it's not always PC, right? This is how I feel after a loss. No, I ain't cool with it. I ain't trying to go, get dressed and go sit in front of the podium and answer all the questions. I'm mad. I'm upset. So I'm going to do the interviews right now. Y'all ready to do it? Let's go. I mean that's we love the NBA, because we can see the raw emotions. We can see the good. We can see the bad. We can see it all. So, him being this way, to me, it's okay. It's acceptable because they lost. You can tell he's a little grimy right now, and let that show. Let that show. Don't put on the suit and tie and go sit in front of the podium, 20 minutes from now and tell us how you feel. I want to see how you feel now.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying it's very unusual for a post-finals game sound with a star player like him. How